Finally making this long awaited video. I already know what the title of this video is going to be, but 2023, what a year, what a fucking year. Like I said, finally we're back. It's been about 12 months since my last video, almost a year, and that should explain it all. 2023 was such a shit year, but we'll get into that. But welcome everyone back to another video, a long awaited video, and let's get right into it. 2023 started off on a good high note, I guess. The end of last year was shit. Won't really get into much detail about that, but whoever's watching the video and knows about that situation, they know. But yeah, 2023 started on good terms, I guess. I got some new equipment, got new job, got all sorts of stuff. Passed my driving test this time. I'm sitting in my car right now, and yeah, it just started off well until oh god, this video is going to be about all my problems this year, isn't it? This is going to be a tough video. So the first major event that happened this year was, it's obviously to half of my viewers it's going to sound so weird, but February, what was the date? I think it was the 25th, was when one of my pets died. So one of my cats died, and obviously that cat, I raised it since he was practically a newborn, and it's not going to hit you as much, but when you raise something since he was born and it just felt like your first child, it hits you hard. Because that cat, whose name was Kenji, raising it since he was born, seeing him every day, you know, taking care of him, bathing him, feeding him, sleeping with him, stuff like that, it just hits you hard. But that was the first major event, and that day probably sparked the downfall of this year. But this year has mainly been ups and downs, really. That was the first major event. The second major event, I won't get into much detail about that either. That was about mid-year, and obviously a few select people know about this, and I won't really state what happened, but the reason why I'm not stating what's happened, because I know there's going to be some people watching this video and they're going to be very judgmental and kind of like the people who would say I told you so, and I'm not really here for it, because honestly people go through mistakes in their life and this was a mistake, and I just have to deal with it, I guess. But in July, that was a major event that happened in my life, probably one of the worst because it hit me so hard. And with the major event, it put me in one of the worst states of my life, and I don't even want to say probably it did put me in the worst states of my life, because my mental health was so finished. It was gone. I had no motivation in me. I had nothing in me. I was just a dead soul in my body, basically. All I had was my physical body, nothing mentally, not even, just nothing. And I dealt with that for, at that time, the only person that realized was my big sister, because I never told anyone. I didn't tell nobody, not my friends, not my family, not no one, not even my own mom, because I thought I could just deal with it myself, and I didn't want to go through the phase where everyone just says I told you so, I told you so, told you it was going to happen, because I couldn't believe it myself. And around a month later, obviously I told you that my sister noticed that something happened on the day that it did happen. And she explained it in a way where I looked mentally drained like never before. And that was the first person to know, and ever since then I've been opening up to the closest people around me. Not exactly about the situation, but in general. And yeah, like I said, to this day it's really messed me up. It's changed my whole outlook on everything in life, in good ways and bad ways. And at that time I didn't really think of what I was gonna do with myself. And obviously now, to myself and to everyone that are probably watching this video, probably thinking something is affecting him in this way, and it shouldn't be. It sounds stupid, but once you go through it for yourself, you'll realize, wow, you'll be surprised how I've even lasted this long, put it that way. For all the experiences and trauma that I've faced in my life, as well as my family, it's too much. With those kind of things, you gotta just look at the positives and how, well, for me, I just look at how I've lasted this long and how realistically how I've lasted enough to even make this video, how I'm still here to make this video, how I'm still here breathing, alive and well. All praise to God, praise to Allah. But yeah, that was the biggest event of my life, I guess, in terms of the effects it's had on me. I guess we can't really do anything about it, can we? And that takes me on to my main topic of men's mental health. So my mental health, as I've mentioned, went down the drain, and at that time I never spoke to anyone. And I feel like that was my biggest mistake. Not speaking to anyone, which I haven't done for my whole life up until to that point. That was my downfall. Not speaking to anyone, bottling your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings is the slow burner. That's what's killing you. To all the boys, to all the men out there, my family, my friends, random viewers that are watching this video, please speak up, because if you don't, then you're killing yourself. You're simply killing yourself. And if I never spoke up, and the people that I've mentioned, if they never clocked on to what was happening to me and they never noticed, then would I even be here right now, is what I'm trying to get at. But I feel like that event is for another day, and I'll leave the details to that whenever I may get the chance. But I don't feel like I'd ever tell like any platform, or like this video, or maybe the next video, or a different story video. I'd never say the full details, because out of respect for that party, I'd say, secrets are safe with me. I'm not that type to share it to everyone, you know what I mean? So I'm not really going to speak too tough on that, and I'll just leave it as that, I guess. It's time to move on. Since then, I've just been recovering, with obviously my family and friends helping me, supporting me. I've been going heavy on different platforms, mainly TikTok, and TikTok has done well for me. It was a good distraction, I guess. It was a very good distraction, and it allowed me to portray men's mental health in such a way where it has gained more awareness and it's gained more traction on why men should be heard, why men should be allowed to share their thoughts and feelings. And that's how it should have been since day one. But when men show their thoughts and feelings, and if they cry and stuff like that, or if they're depressed, then they're seen as feminine. And I hate that. I really do hate that, because it's simple. Men are human beings. Human beings have feelings. Men should be allowed to demonstrate their feelings, should portray their feelings, etc., etc. You know where I'm getting at. Stand your ground. Show your feelings. Say your thoughts. Do whatever you can. I mean, it's your mental health at stake, and you do not want it to be the killer of your thoughts. Depression is a tough opponent, and it doesn't discriminate in any way. I just found myself unable to create content, and like I said, I had no motivation to do anything in life. I found it hard to engage with my community that I once had, and I just lost joy and happiness and my passion in the things I used to love. One thing I'll say is it's crucial, and I mean it's crucial to acknowledge that mental health is as important as physical health. And that's one thing society fails to realize. And seeking help isn't a sign that you failed. Seeking help is a sign of strength. Everyone needs help sometimes. And it is truly a sign of strength. I feel like it's essential to remove the stigma behind mental health and encourage others to seek help when it's needed. I began to find inspiration and motivation for the things I do love, such as creating content, and that was mainly through TikTok, and just rekindling old friendships and relationships with people. But the main factor of this year was that as much people I've made friends with and I got close with, I've lost 10 times more people, 10 times more value in people. And not only have I lost people, I've lost respect for people too. And that was the killer. That was my downfall. Trusting people too much. But now we've come to the end of the year, and the new year is only a few days away whenever this video is uploaded. But yeah, it's only a few days away from today, and let's see what the new year has in stock for us. Hopefully it's a good year, and I do have some major plans for next year, such as got my holiday coming up soon, which is needed, and might release a vlog for that. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna buy some new equipment. I'm gonna try my hardest to gradually get to the stage of a podcast. But that is gonna be a challenge, but I'm up for a challenge, why not? We'll see how that goes. If this video goes well, then who knows, we might get someone in the passenger seat and do a talk. And that's what I mean by gradually. Start up from that and then work my way up and up and up to a proper professional podcast setting. Who knows? Just remember, to everyone that's viewing, especially my boys out there, but this relates to girls as well, mental health is a journey, it's not a destination. So wherever you do in this journey, make sure you keep progressing, keep fighting, and don't always look towards where you're going to end up at. Look at the steps that you're taking. make sure that you take a few steps forward and not 10 steps back every single time. Otherwise, you're not going to get to that destination that you've been destined for. And thank you for being patient and understanding during my long absence. But I'm telling you now, I'm back. And I'm actually back this time. Hopefully, and I mean hopefully, I can upload regularly, such as videos like these, and work my way back up to where I once was. But you can't see half the videos that I used to upload because I've privated them, because they were a bit cringe, only because they're old. But let's continue this journey together, and let's see how far we can go. If you're going through a tough time, remember you're not alone. You can message me, you can message family, friends. Don't think that anyone's gonna judge you, because imagine you don't take that risk of telling someone, and then who knows where you could end up at, and God forbid something bad happens. But if you found this video relatable or helpful, please like, share and subscribe, and let's build a community that we once had and that I once had. Oh my god, I completely forgot. Music break. I just need some D. I'm loud.
I don't go to bars, I don't go to parties, I don't go to kickbacks, I don't go to none of that. Only time I'm going outside is if I'm getting something to eat.
Should've never broke up. You're telling me that my heart won't be good. Don't worry, baby, it's yours. Baby, it's your world.